Let's look at a really simple example of how powerful data can be. This is a case I was asked to look at a home care business that was struggling, had employee tribunals, had all sorts of issues going on, 10% long-term sick, high staff turnover, lots of issues. So where do we start? And actually data had all of the answers for us. The first question we asked was, where are the applicants coming from? Where are you sourcing these new starters? And all the applicants we found, almost all of them, were coming from internet job boards. So 94% in this case from internet job boards, and a very small slice of cheesecake of 6% coming from what they termed other sources, other stuff. They weren't even measuring what those were. So we have this huge over-reliance, which is not uncommon, on internet job boards. The next question I asked is, where did their starters come from? Now, starters are by definition much higher quality than applicants. For a start, they've turned up for an interview and they've done well enough in the interview that you've accepted them, or you're desperate and you've offered them a job anyway. And then they've turned up for training, they've completed that, and they have started with your organisation in a frontline care role. And when we looked at that cohort with this organisation, we found a bit of a change. We found that job boards were only delivering 60% of the starters, even though they were responsible for almost every one of the applicants. And that small slice of 6% coming from other stuff was now over-delivering 40% of the new starters. So already it's getting very interesting to see the difference in the quality of the sources. But we can take it one step further. I then asked, who stays 12 months? This is the most important question I think you can ask in recruitment. Who of my candidates became staff members and stayed 12 months, and where did they come from and what are they like? And 12 months in social care is a long service award. So what we found with this group was that only 20% of those starters, not applicants, starters, were coming from an internet job board. There was a huge drop-off in the first few weeks and months with internet job board sourced applicants. But look at what came from other stuff. 94%, almost every person that started on their journey from other stuff sources made it all the way through to 12 months. So what was other stuff? And when we looked, we discovered it was made up of two things. One is walk-ins. And so this organisation had shopfront premises, so people were just walking in and asking about the job, and they'd been, thinking about it for a while. But the big majority of those other stuff sources were made up of employee referrals. So this is another example of how employee referrals are a high quality source. But more importantly, asking those questions and measuring this and having the information told us a really stark story about the performance of where we were spending all of our money and all of our time, actually delivering very poor quality candidates who simply didn't stay.